Hurry up! Hey, you're sitting by Kelly. Did he go? I kind of want to yell something super random. I want his face up there. I was saw at school and saw my friends. Yup, man, I love doing goals. I know, I'm saying. I got an MVP, like, I think that's only because of the It's only because of the goal. Threes are all goals. I got MVP. Not to brag, but everybody says my brain is special. I got a new tongue post from
It's starting like 8 minutes now.
Yeah,
It's already live on 33 people watching online right now. At home, just for players. Oh, I don't know, maybe not. No, she's home.
No! Hey, no! Dude, you're playing Fortnite for the first time? That's my brother. That's my brother. That's my brother. My brother. And my sister was doing on my YouTube channel. What's she doing? My sister. Look at the description. What life? He changes.
Good evening, U13s. Was everybody excited to go back to school today?
No!
Come on, come on. You guys and girls get enough breaks.
That's right.
All right, let's quiet down as we get started here. So, everybody knows why they're here. Your 2025, 2026 Minor Hockey Awards Banquet. So we got a room full of U13s today. We had U11s and U15s yesterday, U13s today. But part of what we do when we get ready for this event is we reach out to all your coaches and all your managers. We say, give us some good stories. What good happened throughout the year? What did we win? How did we improve? Did we make friends? And I was looking through the list on here, and I'm sure all your coaches are going to talk about this. But when it comes to the U13s, you guys rocked it out this year. So excellent job. There was lots of tournament wins. There was lots of getting to know, meeting new friends, some close wins, some close losses. So excellent job to all you U13s. Saco Minor's in good hands with you guys as the future. Having said that, there's a couple things we're going to go over before we officially get started. So I know everywhere you go, there's rules, there's different rules. Oh yeah, that's me. So I'm the MC for tonight, so I'll be hanging out on the mic. Somewhat most of the time. Lots of different coaches and people coming up to speak. So let's make sure that whoever's up here, whoever has a microphone in their hand, we're listening to them and giving them our attention, okay? That's one of the rules. There's a couple more rules too. So see this facility we're in? So it's not just for us, there's other people in here too. So let's make sure we're respecting the place, so when we're out in the hallway, let's not run around or knock things over or wrestle with our buddies and our friends. Let's make sure we respect the place we're in. Washrooms, in case you gotta use it. There's lots of drinks on the table, I see everybody chugging them. Washrooms are down the hallway and to the left, okay? Now, who's been to Halifax Mooseheads game? Okay, you go up, you grab your fries, you grab your hot dog, you use the washroom, you come back, the play's happening, what do you have to do? You have to wait. So same rules here today. So if somebody's up here with the mic, talking about their team, giving some awards, telling a story, let's make sure that we wait to go use the bathroom when they're done, okay? So when we do a little switcheroo of people or teams coming up, you can hop out and use the bathroom then. One more rule, and then we're done. See the tablecloths and drinks and stuff on the table? Let's not rip the tablecloths apart and throw them at our friends and do those things. Let's not shake up the bubbly cans and see how high it can spray. Let's not do any of that stuff, okay? Deal? Let's give you some ideas. Alright. Okay, we're almost there. So we're going to thank a few sponsors too, because all those drinks on the table, Braemar Homes donated that for us, and you're all going to get some pizza in a second. That came from Domino's, so they hooked us up with a deal on pizzas. There's all kinds of pizza boxes in the back. So the way things are going to work is there's going to be some people talking. We're going to have some food, some pizza. Then we got some teams awards right after that, and then we're going to wrap it up, okay? So right from the first team to the very last team, making sure you're interested, watching, and paying attention to what people are talking about. Sound good? Okay. First things first. The President, Rob Nermer, is going to come up and say a couple words before we get started.
Thanks very much, Darren. Let's have a big round of applause for Darren for being our MC department. Appreciate it. Incredible job, Darren. You did a bang off job last night. Great week today. Thanks again for all you do. As Darren mentioned, welcome to our 2025-2026 year-end annual Saco Minor Hockey Association banquet. This is our opportunity. It's always a bit of a bittersweet time of year. It kind of, this generally kind of represents the end of our season, which is always a little bit sad. Like I know when I was fortunate enough to be coaching as well, I was like, oh geez, like I just kind of got the team where I wanted them to be. The players are clicking. We're starting to have lots of success, and then all of a sudden the season's over. So from that perspective, it's a bit of a sad time, but on the other hand, it's an incredible time to celebrate the successes of our season. And having wins on the ice is great, but really the true wins are everything that comes with being part of a team. The life lessons that we learn as players, the lifelong friendships that we make as players with our teammates. I'm quite a bit older than most of you in this room. I'm 54. when I played minor hockey, literally my best friends and people that are friends of mine I've met through hockey, but my best friends are players that I met when I was playing, and I'm going to date myself with the terminology, when I was playing in novice and Adam and Keeley. My closest friends today are my former teammates, and that holds true. I spoke to 2 of them today already. A lot of them actually are heavily involved in hockey also still, and I think it just really speaks to the importance of what this incredible game can do for us as individuals. So like I said, the wins on the ice are great, but the bigger wins are the friendships that we create amongst ourselves as teammates every year. Every year, not the same 17 players are together on a team. Every year when we start a new season, we always start off with new teammates, new coaches, and that gives us an amazing opportunity to develop new friendships and the opportunity to learn from new coaches and all the incredible life lessons that come with that help shape who we are going to be later on in life. So from somebody that's been there and gone through it, I wish I could turn the clock back and go back again, because it's an incredible time in your lives. So take it from me, please, like cherish every single moment that you have here. When you go through your seasons and when you start with a new team next year, cherish every moment. Make sure that you thank your coaches, thank all of your team support staff that are there in place as well, your team managers, your 50-50 coordinators, your treasurers, your fundraising coordinators. Most teams should have a safety rep on their team as well. Make sure you say thank you to them, because they're taking a lot of their own personal time to help you as players. And not only just as players on the ice, but more importantly as individuals off the ice. You know, there's nothing better for me. I started volunteering here in Sackville Minor as a non-parent coach just slightly over 20 years ago. I had to take a little bit of a break off when we had our 3rd child at home, but I had to take a little bit of a break for a bit. But there's players that I coached back almost 20 years ago that are now back in our association coaching again. And some of them are starting to have their own families, so it's absolutely amazing, incredible to see what this game can give all of us. So again, you know, make sure you thank all of those that help you to be part of this incredible sport. And most importantly, thank your parents. Thank your parents or your guardians, whoever has provided this opportunity and paid for you to be part of Sackville Minor Hockey Association. Make sure you say thank you to them, because it's an incredible thing, and never take it for granted and cherish every moment of it. So this is our opportunity to kind of celebrate all of that. Really excited, as Darren alluded to, the U13 division in Sackville Minor Hockey at all levels had a tremendous season. It was absolutely incredible. We saw some of the best results that we've had here in Sackville for many, many years, so it's incredible. It was incredible for us to see. I think it speaks to the level of coaching that we have here in Sackville, the level of the development that we provide to our players, and most importantly, the love of the game and the passion of the game that you guys have as players for wanting to put every amount of effort that you have into every single time that you step on the ice. And also all of the extra things that make the difference. The difference between a good player and a great player. Does anybody remember what I always say? In the what? And the details, right? So, you know, any of the players in the room that's ever been with me, I constantly preach that. The difference between a good team and a great team is in the details. The difference between a good player and a great player is in the details. You guys showed an incredible amount of resilience focusing on the details this season, and I appreciate that. And thank you from myself and all of us on the board, both the directors and the executive of Sackville Minor Hockey. You guys are an incredible group of players, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what next year brings for yourselves. I want to take a moment as well to thank Melissa Price and all of the volunteers that are here that put on this incredible banquet for us yesterday and again today. I didn't get a chance. Chrissy Frost was here for a period of time yesterday. And Chrissy, I wanted to wait till today. I was hoping you'd be back. I wanted to say a special thank you to Chrissy, who's here as well from Frost Photography, that's doing some amazing photos for us as well to capture the memories for us here for this event. So thank you, Chrissy, for taking time as well to help us as well. And so, yeah, yesterday I cut my, there was a comment made when I was coming up yesterday that I had a 5-minute limit because I have a tendency to kind of go on and on and on. That's probably a true story. So I kept it really short yesterday so I could take a really long time here today. So knowing that nobody's coming after this group. So everybody's got 3 or 4 hours, right? No? All right, I'll keep it short then. So anyway, listen, thank you guys. An incredible season at the U13 level. You're an amazing group of individuals, and like I said, I can't wait till next year. So on that note, this is where I messed up yesterday and actually turned it back over to Darren, and I had to put it in reverse for a little bit. So we're going to head over to one of our major awards that we have here in Sacramento Hockey Association. These awards are big ones, no question. There is a request that goes out to our membership every year for individuals to put forward nominees for our major awards here at Sacramento Hockey. So that would include your parents and any of the volunteers in our association would submit nominees for various awards throughout the course of the season based on their experiences with these individuals. So the one that we're presenting here first for today's event is the Bernie Bishop Coach of the Year Award. This is a very special award, obviously. The heart and soul of every team generally is always going to be the head coach. Bernie's dedication to Sacramento hockey was absolutely incredible. The tireless amount of hours and years that he volunteered here, specifically as a non-parent coach in Sacramento, was absolutely incredible. So, I almost cried yesterday, but I came close, but I didn't do it. So I'm doing good. I'm holding off. I'm holding off from the tears. So, but you guys know what they say: real men cry. Does everybody know that? Anybody hear that before? So when I cry, I'm proud to cry. Right? Real men cry. The individual, so we had quite a few nominees actually for the award this year. Corey Morrison, Tyler Doyle, Andrew Heisen, Kyle Buckland, Matt Brown, and Melanie Keats as well for the award. All very deserving nominees for the award, no question. It was very close, no, for sure. The individual that's going to receive the award this year has spent an incredible amount of time dedicating hours and hours and hours, not just as a head coach, but also I would say probably as a bit of a consultant as well for the association. Is constantly coming up with ideas and suggestions how they can better improve the development for the players, work on things for the coaches. He's been nothing short of an incredible asset and a valuable coach for every team that he's ever coached. And he's had the ability to actually probably coach everybody in this room throughout the season. And it's my absolutely pleasure to award this to Tyler Doyle.
Speech. Thanks very much, Rob. That's right. I forgot to mention that 5-minute time limit. That's why I sort of took advantage of that one a little bit over. But he had a little bit extra to do. Congratulations, Tyler. Definitely well deserved. So, the rest of the night, you can see the awards that we're going to be giving out that are up on the screen. So we'll quickly run through them just so we have understanding of exactly what we're giving out this evening. First one is going to be the most sportsmanlike player. So the player who consistently respected their peers, competitors, coaches, and officials. So everyone within the game. The Heart and Hustle Award, a player who demonstrated a passion for the game of hockey and best embodies the values, spirit, and traditions of the game. Then the most valuable player. So most valuable player is a player who has significantly contributed to their team's success. After that one, we're going to move on to the most improved, which is a player who has shown significant progress during the regular season. Last award is going to be the Peaks Performer. This is Andrew Pico Teammate of the Year Award, so AKA, for short, Peaks Performer. So this is a player who brings an inspiring work ethic and a team focus to their play. So on the screen, we have Andrew Pico. You can also see I got Andrew's jersey on today. This is one of his jerseys that he wore when he played for Sackville. So this award, the Peaks Performer Award, it's named obviously after Andrew. Andrew was a Flyer who showed great leadership and hard work. He was everything that coaches asked for and a complete hockey player, both on and off the ice. So if you receive this award, you know you're doing all of the things right that you need to when it comes to hockey. So having said that, let's jump into the teams and the awards. So first group we're going to have up tonight is the U13 B Black team. So what we're going to do is we're going to get all the players over here, but we don't want to get too close to those balloons, because if they pop, there could be some heart attacks in here this evening. So make sure we're out a little ways, and then we can get the coaches and staff on this side to do some handshakes and hugs and all that after the awards are given out. So, U13 B Black, come on up.
Okay, everybody, we'll try and get our part going here. First off, I just want to say congratulations to our team here. You guys, you had a fantastic season. All came as a result of hard work, playing as a team. We're going to get into that in a minute. I just wanted to take a chance, though, first off, to thank our amazing coaching crew. Coaching with these guys, I think we probably had just as much fun coaching together as the kids had playing. And I think that goes a long way in making sure the kids get the best season they can. Little things like Coach Bennett having the team over to his garage, the fireplace going, do our little chalk talks and video sessions, all that stuff on a day off away from the rink. That's a great way to team bond and build some lasting friendships. So coaching staff, I just want to give you guys a big thank you, and I really appreciate all the work and effort you guys put in this year. Thank you. Now on to the team. Starting out at the season, start of the season, we had long talks in the dressing room about how we were going to get to where we wanted to be in the season, make it into the end of some tournaments, make our way into the playoffs if we could, and see how we could develop as a team. And I must admit, this team proved to me to be the hardest working group of kids I've ever been around. Effort here is just relentless, down by 3 or 4 goals in a game, and that's just, to them, that's more effort they need to throw on the ice, and they stepped up and they brought it this year. Just amazed with the work ethic that these guys bought into. Learning to do things as lines, as 3 forwards down low, using your D up high to support. Buying into all that stuff is what got us to where we were, playing as a good group of not individuals, but as one cohesive team, and bringing it to the ice with raw effort, and that's what we did this year. So big round of applause for you guys on a great season. So I'm just going to highlight a couple of things. Great job making it to the finals and taking the Bedford Christmas tournament, guys. That's no small task. Good job on that one. Making it to the finals in Sydney, and then semi-finals in the Jola Montaigne. So can't ask for anything more, and finished 4th in the regular season, and we had an 11-game win streak. So good job, guys. Okay, so I'm going to call on Coach Todd Canning, and Todd's going to come up and present the first award here.
Hey everyone, I'm giving out the most sportsmanlike award. Again, it goes to a player who exemplifies good character, treats their coaches well, officials, other teammates, and the other team well. This year the award goes to Owen Foley.
Next up, call on Boys.
Hi, and thanks for having us tonight. Going to talk about the heart and hustle. Colin Canning, if you could come up here for a second. When you think of a player that practices like they play, go out there, doesn't matter if you're down by 2 or up by 10, the work effort is always there. You don't know if you're at practice or you're in a game. He works. I really appreciate it. Great season.
All right, we broke this award into half like some teams are doing. So I'm going to give out the next half of the award. When we looked at this, there was 2 that were almost tied in voting, and we just couldn't give it to one and not the other. This kid was the captain of our team and really the heart and soul. Captain Jack Boone, get up there.
Alright everybody, so what we have here is MVP. This guy was a guy we counted on a lot of the times when we needed a goal or a quick assist to get down the ice. So we're going to call Caleb Harris over this.
I'm not doing it, but I want to take this place and throw it on the ground.
Call up Coach Bennett.
Don't worry. I'm like, what?
The award that I have to give out is Most Improved, and Connor McDonald.
Oh yeah, Connor!
I've told Connor this most of the year, coachability is one of the greatest skills you can have, and you're like a sponge, bud. You've shown on the ice everything we've told you to do, and I think with confidence, experience, competitiveness will follow, all right?
So now I can't.
And last but not least, the Peaks Performer. This guy, I have never coached him before, but I'll coach him anytime from now on. What this guy's bringing to a team is immeasurable. I've said this at our team banquet. I've never played with a guy that plays hockey this hard, let alone coached anybody who works this hard. If you ever see Vinny Ouellette on a roster of players to pick for your team, I would strongly suggest any coach give you a chance to pick Vinny Ouellette. He'll spark your team and he'll get things going. So Vinny, get up here, buddy, and get the Sorry, I forgot to thank our manager, Morgan Spicer, and we got Patricia, Amanda, and Lisa behind the scenes running things. Very important. I just wanted to make sure we mentioned the manager and the ladies behind the scenes.
Okay, let's dial it back in. So great job to the U13 B team. Congratulations, everyone, and congratulations to the team. We're going to jump right into our next group. So next group up, same rules. We'll throw the players over here, coaches and staff over there. Watch out for those balloons. Next up, we got the U13 A team. Come on up.
This is for you.
Okay, here we are. I was just talking to the other coaches about a friend of ours named Tony. He asked us not to say his name backwards, and I said, why not? That's a little insight to what went on in our locker room. Most games, most practices. We got some pretty quick cats on this team. They figured out a lot of my jokes. So ending another season, we're lucky to have such a great group of young warriors. Thank you all for your hard work and most of all your respect. Thank you to Christine Fenton for managing. Where is she? Okay, right over there. Thank you to Melissa Beaver for being our treasurer, Kelsey Young for 50/50, Helen Scammell, our live streamer extraordinaire, and Jen Forster for keeping an eye on things in general. Thank you to the parents for getting all your players to our events and trusting us with your children. Lastly, my assistant coaches, thank you for your support and collaboration throughout the season. It wouldn't have been possible without you. Not only did we work on our breakouts and our regroups, we worked on things like being responsible. That means showing up at the rink with all of our gear and on time. Being dedicated. A lot of work. It took a lot of work to get here. Let's keep it going. Being accountable to each other, to coaches, friends, family. Take ownership. Being a teammate. Taking turns collecting pucks at the end of practice. Picking other sticks up off the floor when there's a pile of them in front of the locker room doorway. We had a strong start, the start of the season, winning the Jordan Boyd Memorial in October. The message was simple. It's hard to get to the top, but it's even harder to stay there. They all bought in and the work began. Regular season, we ended up going 14 wins with 6 losses and 4 ties. We went through some muddy water in the first couple of months with only 6 wins out of 15 games. We got really good at beating ourselves. Around mid-December, the switch finally got hit after a hard loss against Bedford. From that point on, up until playoffs, we played 15 games and we only lost 1, which was in the semi-final game at the McDonald Gallagher tournament. Playoffs, we went 4-1-1. Our loss was to Tassa, who was our league champs. They were our rivals all year long. We faced Cole Harbour in the semis and playoffs, and we lost in overtime 4-3. Tournaments, Jordan Boyd, like I said, great way to start the season. With a score of, I'm just going to tell this little story, just because it's, I think it's worth telling. With a score of 0-0, we went into overtime, 3-on-3. 3 periods of 3-on-3 overtime. Luke draws a penalty shot. shoots, misses the net, hits the post, bounces off the post, hits the goalie in the back, trickles in the net. We win the Jordan Boy. The Pownell Woodmillers AA tournament, they wouldn't let us participate in the A. They moved us to the AA. I guess there was some history there from last year. I'm not sure. We went 1-2 in that. Both losses were by a goal. The teams that beat us, they were lucky to get by us. McDonald Gallagher, we went 3-0 in the round robin. 29 goals for, 5 goals against. Made it tough in the semis for us. We lost in the semis and we went home early. In the Joe, we had a tough pool in the round robin. We had to face Tassa, the Central Minor champs, and Yarmouth, the Scotia Minor champs. We went 3-0, beating both. We sent the host team home in the semis, and we lost a nail biter in the finals, 3-2. Overall, we ended the year with 33 wins, 13 losses, and 5 ties. We started strong and we finished strong. Results you all should be proud of. Let's move on to the awards now. So most sportsmen, always smiling, respectful to the refs, opponents, teammates, and coaches, never down on himself or his teammates, Henry Legay. Okay, heart and hustle. We had a tie here, strictly by vote. Both of these guys love playing the game. They're always working hard, forcing turnovers, winning face-offs. Assets at both ends of the ice. Luke Monroe and Michael Gallagher.
Used to be my class, and I always go with Michelle, and he always go with back. I know. I didn't hear you.
Okay, next up we have most valuable. We could count on him driving the puck in wide and almost always putting a goal up each game. He was a league leader in points both regular season and playoffs. Sam Fenn. Okay, next up we have most improved. This one's always tough. We had lots of options this year with this team. This player showed tremendous improvement throughout the year. His dedication, hard work, and positive attitude got him here. He really started to shine by the end of the year. Jackson Patterson. Okay, and our last award, Peaks Performer. You never need to tell him to pick it up. He's always putting full effort, games and practices. Always puts the effort in. He's very unselfish and will almost always make All right, that wraps it up. Way to go, Flyers.
What about I learned it.
Great job, U13A. All right. Everyone ready for the next group? Who said no? All right. Next group. Same thing. Let's keep rolling. Let's do U13 double F. Okay.
I think when we first saw the roster for this AA team, I think just about every single person in the room and everyone around the table was pretty excited for this group of kids to come together. We had some pretty high expectations going into the season, and I think we truly lived up to those expectations. We had a great season overall. When you look at success, you can define it by those wins and those losses, but we also look at those experiences. I had a few parents who came to me throughout the season and said that their child had never played on a Sunday in a tournament. And this year, we were fortunate enough to be able to play in 3 championship Sundays. We went the distance in all 3 of our first 3 tournaments. Even our PEI tournament, we played 3 games in 5 hours. Out of those 3 tournaments, we came out with 1 gold in the George Boyd, and we placed second in PEI and Moncton in some pretty hard-fought battles. The 4th tournament, we actually just missed out narrowly by a single goal differential and a tiebreaker, else we probably would have been playing Championship Sunday there as well for our 4th tournament. So overall, we had a really strong season. Record overall, they all love their pictures. Our record overall, we strive well in the regular season. We finished near the top. I think out of our 54 games overall in the year, we had 35 wins. Playoffs, we went 5-1 in the round robin and lost out in the semis by a single goal in a 1-0 battle against Bedford, which was a really strong fought game. Yeah, I think this crew, such a hard-working crew. They came together. A lot of these guys had never played together before, never been on the same team. So for them to come together and be as successful as they were as a core group and as a family is really a testament to their effort and their work ethic. I'm going to quickly thank the coaches for their effort and their time and commitment to this team. We had a strong management crew too, and our managers, our treasurers, our fund committee we called them, so our team events committee, 50-50, you name it. We had a good solid core of families, moms, dads, players. Overall, it was probably one of the most memorable seasons I've had the pleasure of coaching. So thank you for everybody in that. And we're going to jump into the awards. So the first award is the most sportsmanlike. We had a lot of character on our team, a lot of fun, happy-go-lucky kids who just love to fool around and have a good time. But overall, they were also extremely respectful, and they carried that both on and off the ice. They were respectful to their teammates, respectful to their coaches, respectful to the referees and the opponents. So for this award, we looked at who came in with the character that outlines the epitome of the leader, who led by example, who treated every teammate like a sibling in a good way, really respectful. We actually came down to 2 individuals for this award. We could not separate them because they have been together all year. Side by side, conquering the world, holding down our blue line. So we have Weston Kelly and Brooklyn Butler Keys. So we kind of had to rush that one because Weston's off to a baseball trial, so good luck in there. Okay, now we can take a breath. Next one is our Heart and Hustle. Now, I think just about every player on our team could have been a contender for this award. The biggest piece we wanted to instill in these kids this year was that work ethic, was that hard-nosed grind. We knew we were going to be a gritty team. We were going to beat people by that hard work through our forecheck. Really good on the back check as well. This individual, I think, has one gear only, and it is top speed. They're always working hard. They're always grinding. They're hustling in all zones of the ice. Even in practices, they're going full tilt. But they're doing it in a way that is so incredibly impressive, and it generates excitement in the rest of the team. It gets everyone else fired up, ready to work hard and compete with them. So this year, our Heart and Hustle was a unanimous decision, Lucas Carson. Most valuable player for the U13 AA. They were one of our forwards who just seemed to have the knack for finding the net. Led our team in scoring, really able to put one in when we needed a goal most. They were reliable. They were able to, put the team on their shoulders sometimes and carry them a little bit to get that tying goal, game-winning goal. Somehow those goals were highlight reels that I don't even understand how it went in the net. There was not much of a net there, maybe an inch or two, just enough to fit that puck around the goalie's ears. Most valuable player this year is Cameron Bramble. Most improved this year for us was someone who really impressed us with their growth over the course of the season, which I know is the epitome of the award, but this is someone who I think started the season at a little bit of a disadvantage. They started the year in a completely different position that they played in last year. So for someone to go from one position as a forward, their career all the way up to U13, and then decide to make a switch to being a defenseman, that's a huge mindset, that's a huge learning curve at this level, especially at the AA level. So for our most improved player, it is someone who was turned into be one of our strong D on the back end, Emmett McLaughlin. Okay, last but not least, our beach performer. This year, like every year, we have all of our players do a vote. I think this year was probably one of the first years that I've seen just about a clear, unanimous decision for this individual. They led by example, they led with work ethic. I think this individual probably could have also been, actually no, I know, would have been a strong contender for just about every category in this award. He was a very strong player for our team, but probably one of the best teammates that anyone could ever agree with based off of our votes. Peaks performer is Benjamin Clark.
Yeah, go now, yeah.
Welcome back. Congratulations, U13 B, all the award winners and all the success we've had this season. Next group. Let's do the U13 Leafs. Come on.
Justin Jefferson.
All right. U13 Leafs. All right. This year gave us our team a roller coaster of emotions. Start of the year, it's all excitement. Then we had some stuff go on with our team that was pretty sad. And someone's currently fighting and we have their back. So we found out that news with one of our players' moms at Christmas time. Before that time, I think we had all the talent there. We just had a hard time getting it together and bringing it together. But I think that news really forced the boys and us to really come together as a team. And it honestly really took off. Come playoffs, they bought in. We went all the way to the finals, and like the U11C Sharks who played before us, we went to overtime, and we ended up winning the championship in overtime. And to the parents' excitement, we ended up beating Halifax. They really didn't like Halifax, so that was a big win on its own. I want to say thank you to all the staff and the parents. Parents were great. Staff was awesome, super helpful. It's my first year as a head coach, so to have the staff behind me that we had, I don't think it could have gone any better. I just want to do some shout outs to the other coaches, Jeff Moore, Chris Spinney, Chris Dodge, who couldn't be here, Ian White, who couldn't be here, our manager Mary, our money man Ryan Hollahan, our 50-50 collector Lisa, and fundraising guru Aaron, and there's more people involved. Last and certainly not least to Morgan. Even though the hockey year is coming to an end, you are still on the forefront of this team's mind. You are not in this fight alone. We have your back. So one more time, before we do the games, we always do a thing.
So on 3, you guys know what to do, okay? 1, 2, 3. All right, let's get to the awards here. Most sportsmanlike. This player he's a quiet, serious defenseman who lets his game do the talking. Every shift he plays hard, he plays smart, and he plays fair. You won't see any unnecessary penalties from this player. You won't see any flashy celebrations or big speeches, just consistency, respect, and a teammate you can always rely on. He competes the right way, he battles hard but never crosses the line, and he treats opponents, officials, and teammates with the same level of respect. That's what sportsmanship really looks like. And while he might not seem serious most of the time, anyone who shares a bench or a dressing room with him knows he's got a low-key sense of humor, usually delivering the funniest comment on the night when nobody expects it. This award recognizes character as much as skill, and he represents both every time he steps on the ice. Congratulations, Connor Forsberg. Well This year, the coaching staff felt like we couldn't just give it to one player, so this one's a split award. First, we have a defenseman who made life miserable for opposing forwards all season. A true shutdown player, blocking shots, winning battles, and playing tough minutes every night. But what makes him special is that once he shuts down the play, he's already heading the other way, creating offense. Somehow he's defending 1 second and joining the rush the next. And sharing this award is our center, the guy who won't take in every important face-off. Offensive zone, defensive zone, last minute of the game, he's there. Winning draws, working hard in all 3 zones, and still finding ways to put the puck in the net when it matters. Both these players bring effort, compete, and consistency every game. They lead by example and make everyone around them better. So this year's Harkin Hospital is shared by 2 players who truly earned it, William and Carter. Okay, so this one is also split. We had to add a second one because honestly we had what we felt like 2 MVPs at 2 different times. The first of 2, he led our team in points during the regular season, showing up and putting numbers on the board when we needed it most. Whether it was scoring goals, setting up plays, or stepping up in big moments, he was a major reason we had the success we did. Hockey seasons are long and teams go through lots of trials and tribulations, but what stands out in the end is when that whistle blows is the impact and what he gave to the game. He showed up and competed hard for us every time he hit the ice. He helped bring a championship to this group, and you know what? Banners hang forever. To the second of the two MVPs, this player is a full 200-foot player, plays both ends of the ice, and man, did we need him to sometimes. His speed and agility helped us move the puck from one end of the ice to the other, steal it from the opposing team with relative ease, played with an edge, and protected his team. Proved you didn't have to be the biggest player to be the one most feared. In the playoffs, he led the team in points and carried the C with pride. He was a true leader. These two players were on the ice when the last goal was scored, and we got to carry that banner home. So from the coaching staff and the rest of the players, we thank you and well-deserved, guys. Joe Giuseppe and Ron. Most improved. This year's recipient is a perfect example of what improvement truly looks like. At the start of the season, this person made it very clear to one of the coaches that he was a stand-up goalie. Definitely not a butterfly goalie. He knew his style, he trusted it, and was comfortable playing his game. But as the season went on, something impressive happened. Instead of staying where he was comfortable, he chose to grow, worked hard on his lateral movement, challenging himself in practice, and became more adaptable in net. Game by game, you could see the confidence building. And if you were at practice and he made a glove save, he made sure to show it to the coaches that he stopped one of our shots with his glove. Down the stretch, when the games mattered most, he was a key part of our team's success. He made big saves at big moments, battled through traffic, and wasn't afraid to get on top of the puck and shut plays down when the team needed a whistle. For his dedication, growth, and the impact when he mattered most, it's my pleasure to present this award to Jacob Sloan. Okay, Peaks Performer. Now, when we talk about this player, a few things come to mind right away. Dedication, leadership, a guy who somehow always found a way to score when his dad wasn't able to attend. I don't know what that's about, but next year we might need to start coordinating times where you're not around so he can score some more goals for us. Jokes aside, what made you deserving of this award has nothing to do with how many goals you scored. It's everything you did in between. You held your teammates accountable, not in a negative way, but in a way that makes the team better. You expected more from the guys around you because you expected more from yourself, and that matters. And then there's the dressing room. Every team needs a voice, someone who can bring energy, settle nerves, or get the boys fired up before a game, and you were that guy. You never did it during our talks, but you did it when you thought we weren't paying attention. Before the games, when the guys are getting ready, we all seen you talk to the guys, and we all seen you pump them up. You showed up the same way every time. You put the team first, and that's exactly what this award represents. I'm proud of you. I know your teammates are too. Congratulations, Ev.
now, so everyone stand up for 2 seconds and stretch your arms up in the air and move around a little bit. You can even let out a couple noises if you want. Alright, sit down, that's it. That's all you're getting, sit down. Alright. So we're going to keep rolling along. We're almost there. A few more teams left to go. Okay, let's bring it back in. Next group, U13 Canadiens. Come on up.
Good evening, everybody. I hope we're all having a good time. I wanted to send a shout out to our AAA U13 Flyers for taking second place with the provincials. Well done, very well done. This year was a little bit of a struggle, I'd say, when we're talking about wins and losses. Yeah, we struggled, but there's definitely there's more than one way to define success, and this team, I think, came together very well, especially in the end of the season. We got more wins in our last 8 games than we did all season long, and these guys came together. One of the biggest things that we were coaching this year was effort. Every shift, no shifts off, and you have to play for 3 periods. And it took a long time for them to get that in their heads. And but like I said, in our last 8 games, we got our most wins. We got our most wins in the season. So I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of each and every one of these kids. And we're missing a couple tonight. But boys, I know it was a struggle, but I'm proud of you. All right? Awards. So our most sportsmanlike player. This kid, not only is his attitude fantastic, he's one of the most coachable kids that I have had the pleasure of coaching. He is the first one to say, yes, coach. When you single him out, he doesn't hang his head. I've never met a kid with a better attitude, actually. And this one is going to Lucas Musso. All right, this award we have a tie. And the heart and hustle for our squad. There's many times when the team gathered between periods, and my my reminder was, boys, you can't take a period off. No shifts off. Come on, let's go. Get it together. I really wasn't talking to this kid because I didn't have to, and he gave everything, every shift. This is going to Brody Tower. The second heart and hustle is it's always tough. Oh, I'm going to give it away right here, but it's always tough giving your own kid an award. And he deserved it. He was a rock on defense this year, and with a rocket of a shot. So, Jackson Frost, this is all right, MVP on our team. Actually, he's not here tonight, unfortunately. He's our goaltender, and if I said to you that he took a lot of shots, that doesn't do anything justice. He saw a lot of shots, and actually, this was his first year playing keeper. But you wouldn't think that. He was a stud between the pipes. This is going to Jace Puck. Our most improved player. This could have gone to a couple players, but this one in particular. He came a long way this season. He was, this was his first year playing defense, actually. And it's tough making that jump. I know another coach had already mentioned making the jump this late, U13. It's playing defense. I played defense my whole hockey career, and it's your quarterback in your hockey team, and it is a lot to. It's a big jump, moving from forward back to defense. There's a lot of things that need to be learned, and he deserves this very much so. This is going to Ashton Reed Silva. Our award for Peak Performer. This kid, again, I'm going to give this away early, but this kid took 2 years off. This was his first year back after 2 years. And what a difference between the start of this season and the end. And I don't just mean skill-wise. Obviously, it would take some time to build your skills back up, and but his attitude. When there was a couple times this season where I was getting ready for my speech in between periods, and he just took the floor. He was a leader out there, and great attitude. This is going to Nikki Barter Wabo.
Okay, congratulations to the U13 Canadiens. All right, couple more left. Next up, we B Orange. Come on up.
Hello. All right. First of all, I want to thank my incredible, our coaching staff here, Justin Codil, Sean Boudreau, Mike Burns, and Brad Ryan is all the way in sunny Mexico, down there sipping on a pina colada. Incredible coaching staff. We've been on the same page all year long. It was really a pleasure to coach with these guys, and they really brought it all year long. Great staff. The team, I'd really like to thank them. What an incredible year they had. Very successful season. They really brought it. They came together. They played as a team. Most of all, as proud as I am of these kids on the ice, I'm even more proud of them as people. They really are a really great group of kids that are really tight. They came together right at the beginning of the year, and they were tight all season long. And I think that had a lot to do with our success. It's just one of the most disciplined teams I've ever coached, and I think that has a lot to do with they totally bought in this year, and they really displayed that all season long. We ended up going to the final championship game of 3 tournaments this year. We lost the first one in overtime, 3-on-3, and the boys really took it to heart. I think they learned a lot from that, and they remembered all the little details. And in the next tournament in Cape Breton, they went to the championship and won the championship there, taking the banner, and had the chance to make it to the championship game in the Joe tournament as well. And they also won the championship that game. So they really had a great, outstanding season on the ice and as well off the ice. So I'm really proud of you boys. Great job. I'd also like to take a moment to thank all our staff this year. Marlene, Ryan, she was incredible, as always, manager for us, taking care of all the hard stuff. And Sarah Mullins, and as well as Sarah Boudreau. Really great job taking care of all the things that need to be taken care of off ice. So the best of the best when it comes to that, for sure. Now let's get to the awards here. Our first one, we have most sportsmanlike. So I've coached this player several times over the years. He always comes ready to play, and he leads by example. Over the years, I've never once heard this player complain. He's always had a positive attitude, and it's really infectious for the rest of the team, and his teammates really hold him in high standards. He's always putting the team first off and on the ice, and really exemplifying our team motto of confidence, composure, consistency equals. That's right. So this year's U13 Orange most sportsmanlike player goes to the one and only Merv Matthew Ryan. Matthew Ryan is currently in sunny Mexico as well, and I will accept the award on his behalf as he celebrates with another pina colada. Next is Heart and Hustle. And We certainly did have a tight-knit group this year, and this is another player who certainly stepped up into he stepped up into a leadership role for us this season, in the room, away from the rink, in extracurriculars, and definitely on the ice. His positive attitude, team focus, willingness to learn, and desire to dig down and reach another gear on a personal, individual, and team level. And that was more and more evident as the season progressed. His no-quit attitude was contagious, which was reflected in our success as a team and his evolution as an all-around top-notch sniper and playmaker. I would welcome the chance to coach this player again anytime. Positivity is a beast, and so is this year's Heart and Hustle Award winner, Nate Dogg himself, Corby. Alright, moving right along. I'll take some time here to congratulate Tyler on the Coach of the Year and the whole U13 AAA team on having an incredible season. They really had the community around that year and did a great job. So congratulations, boys. So on to MVP. This player stepped up into a leadership role in his own right on our team right away. He displayed his leadership on and off the ice all year, and with many of our players actually looking up to him as an example of perseverance, determination, and compete level. This player delivered in clutch moments all year, showing that he can perform under pressure. Learning from our first overtime championship loss in the Kyle Hanbury tournament, and then adding 2 championship banners as the season unfolded, as I mentioned earlier. It's been an absolute pleasure to coach this year's U13 B Orange MVP and all-around champ, Dylan Womble. All right, on to the most improved. When I first met this player at the beginning of the season, I was struck by his attention to detail on and off the ice. Always asking and answering questions at practice and in the room before and after games. Looking for ways to one-up his game and help the team. This player comes to every practice prepared and ready to work hard, individually and as a link in the chain on our team. He's a true example of hard work, and that hard work pays off, becoming an integral part of our season and the 2 championship banners. Congratulations, I couldn't be prouder to present this award to the most improved player, Casey Lee. All right, Peaks Performer. I've been lucky enough to know and coach this player for the past few years on a few different teams. I can't say enough about the value and honor it is to be presented with this particular award because it's so overwhelmingly team-focused. And our game of hockey is all about teamwork, friendship, and of course, hard work. The sheer determination in this player's game is nothing short of relentless. And that work ethic spreads throughout his teammates like wildfire. Well, and fire is a great way to describe this player, as he's always firing on all cylinders. Always a positive attitude in the room, a joy to be around, and an inspiration to everyone he knows and everyone who's had the pleasure to watch him play the game he loves. I'm so happy I had the chance to coach you again this year and welcome the chance to coach you every year, as well as welcome you to the Flyers family. It's like you've bled black and orange your entire life. This year's U13 B Orange Peaks performer. Do you like mashed potatoes? Gabe Layla. Thank you.
I think the U13 Triple already know their next. So they've already received a lot of accolades this evening. Obviously, congratulations on a great season. You had the whole association behind you. Everybody come on up.
Alright, try to be quick, so everyone's getting tired and wants to get out of here. So, our season started with welcoming 3 players who came from another association. Whenever that happens, you never know how it's all going to go, but they fit in perfectly right from the beginning. The whole Flyers community welcomed them, and it was an honor to have them with us. I want to start off by thanking our treasurer, Rebecca Parker, our manager, Ed Surratt, and everyone else involved with the year. It doesn't go along without any help that was provided. We had a whole fundraising committee. It wasn't just one single person. To repeat what Rob said earlier, the players you're here with now are some of your best friends. These 2 coaches that I had with me, I can't thank them enough. They did everything, but we grew up playing minor hockey together in Sackville all our lives. So now we're back here returning to the community, and we couldn't have had the success without them this year. Our year started off again. We went to our league tournament in Cape Breton. We went 3-1, and we missed out on the semifinals due to a math equation, goals for, goals against. It was upsetting to the point that was made earlier. There's not many kids that have played on a Sunday at a tournament. We thought 3-1 would get us done, and their hard work has really paid off. We ended up going to the Ed McNeil tournament next, which was the best teams in Atlantic Canada. We won our division at that tournament and then fell short in the quarterfinal game. From there, we went to Quebec, the bus ride up, 16 hours together, or 12 hours together. Dealing with them was a little bit difficult, but that's okay. It was well worth it. We played teams from USA, we played Florida, we played a team from Czech, and we lost to a team to Swiss, all up there. All while making lifelong memories with Bill Cartier, some mini sticks, and a little bit of fun along the way. When we get to our playoffs, the support that Sackville Minor had, the whole association was out at Day of Champions, our weekend, playoff weekend, and then supporting our game that was there as well. It was great to see the whole community, the whole Flyer team around. Obviously, our season ended this past weekend, where we learned lessons from that Cape Breton tournament and came out on the right side of the math equation, making the semifinals of provincials, where we beat Bull Harbor 6-3 before losing in the finals. So that is no small feat, and all of you should be very proud of it. I know the rest of us, and us as coaches, all are. So now we will get to some awards. First up is most sportsmanlike player. So this is a player that comes with an infectious attitude, works hard every game, every practice, leaving it all out there, and we were able to use him in many situations. He took very few penalties this year, and the only one that he really was, it was definitely not you, Jace. But he worked hard, and the only one he wasn't afraid to chirp was me, I feel. So this year's most sportsmanlike goes to Carter Moses. The heart and hustle for our team goes to a player again. We all talk about hard work. This was something that this player always brought to the table, giving their best effort every time they were out there. A guy that we definitely relied on throughout the whole season as well. This year's Heart and Hustle award goes to Brady Young. For MVP this year for us, this is a guy we could always count on, not just offensively but defensively as well. He played in all situations, and it was a guy that we definitely counted on down the stretch a lot. This year's MVP is Jackson Duffy. This year's most improved player could have went to a handful of players on this team, to be honest. The effort from start of the year to the finish, the improvement of all these players was incredible, and that shows in the results we had. But this guy, he always had a hard-working mindset and was always like a dog on a bone. But his skill improved incredibly over the year, and he became a player that we definitely relied on more and more throughout the season. This year's most improved player is Catch White. Finally, the Peaks Performer Award for our team this year. Again, there's quite a few players that it could have went to, but this is a guy, again, we relied on heavily later in the year. He always remained calm throughout the whole season, especially when times got tough for us. This year's Peaks Performer is Lucas Price.
Okay, congratulations again to U13 AAA individual award winners and the team representing the association so well. Next up, last but not least, U13 Bruins. Come on.
Hey, Rod. Hey, how are you, buddy?
So, first off, I want to thank Staff of Minor Hockey, the executives, the board members, volunteers, coaches, parents, everybody involved in Staff of Minor this year. Most importantly, I want to thank all the players that are sitting here today and all the players at home that might be watching. Without you, we wouldn't be here doing this today. So it's all thanks to you that us parents, us coaches, and us volunteers get to do what we love, which is coaching you great players. So round of applause for you guys. Secondly, like so many have done before, big congratulations to Tyler Doyle and the U13 AAA team. Second place in the provincials is nothing to stand your heads about. Great accomplishment, great work all year, guys. For us in the U13 Bruins, to say we had trouble this year was an understatement. We persevered all year. First tournament we had was super early, was the Clare Digby Minor Hockey Association Fall Classic, where we ended up finishing third place in that with some hard work. That first tournament, which was super early in the season, didn't come without its struggles. We had one of our not only biggest players, but biggest voices and strongest players in the team go down with 2 broken fingers the day before the semifinals in the bronze medal game. But he was there to cheer on the team to a bronze medal finish, and was there to support us through the whole season, or most of the season while he was out, coming back just after Christmas. Our next 2 tournaments, we're up in New Brunswick, where, you know, for those of you who don't know, for those C teams who go up there, is never any small feat. It's either, you know, you face teams that you play all year, or you end up facing what might be an A team from PEI. So that comes with its struggles to keep these kids' heads in the right spot. You know, when you're getting blown out 10-0 or something like that, you got to remind these kids what they're there for, to have fun, to engage, to just keep going, and to just try to have some fun. After that, we came home and we really started to get to work. We knew that, you know, we faced some challenging teams up in New Brunswick, but it wasn't nothing we couldn't keep up with. It just meant putting some effort in, putting that hard work, and going to the grind. And that we did. For the rest of the season, we pushed on, going to the semifinals in the Silver Division and the U13 C Division. And then at the end of this season, we had 2 final tournaments to look forward to. Going into the birthplace of hockey tournament in Windsor, we went 2-1 in the round robin, losing 2-0 to Cole Harbour in the last game, which put us in one of those mathematical situations that Tyler was talking about. And to quote myself to the rest of these coaches and my manager, I don't know what ratios are doing in hockey, but I don't want them near my hockey games. So we had a bit of a laugh about how we even made it into the semifinals, but it turns out we ended up being the #1 seed, and from there we didn't look back, going all the way to the championship. Not only beating a team from the gold division in our you know, U13 division, but beating a very strong Truro team as well to win the championship there. We finished the season with the Eastern Shore Invitational, where we went in with a really strong mindset, a really good work ethic, going 3-0 in the round robin. Going into the semifinals, we knew that it was a team that was going to come out fighting. This team came strong, knocked us down to the bronze medal game, where we inevitably faced a team that we faced 3 times prior, and we knew they were going to come out fighting. They hadn't scored a goal against us the other 3 times we faced them, and unfortunately this time they came out ready to play, which gave us that that understanding that we've taken all year. In Bruins, we've used this motto before: we don't lose, we learn. Exactly. So even from the Moncton tournaments or the New Brunswick tournaments, in that very last tournament, these players took every loss in stride and learned from them. Right down to our last practice, they were ready to go, working hard. So thank you, not only Kelly, but to Allison and everybody else for a great season. First award I'm going to give out is Most Sportsmanlike Player. This is a player who all year, I don't know if he took a penalty in any game or tournament we were a part of that I can come across. I know I couldn't find one in the regular season. But this player was just an overall absolute joy to be around, always bringing a smile to the dressing room. He was a pleasure to be around. Our most sportsmanlike player was not only our captain, but one of our best players, Chris Isler. Second award, this was a tough one. This was a very close vote for us as coaches. Heart and hustle this year goes to a player who, put a lot of effort into every shift he was on the ice. You can see his frustration when a call didn't go his way, when he got dragged down, but he didn't let it bother him. He really picked his socks up, really got into working, and 9 times out of 10, the next shift he was on the ice, he was tossing a puck into the back of the net. Our Heart and Hustle Award for the U13 Bruins today goes to Jack Foley. Most valuable player for us this year. Every one of these players was valuable in one way or another. Every single one of them put their heart and their souls on the ice every time they stepped out there. But this player stood above and beyond sometimes. To jump to conclusions here, to be a goalie in this league and in this U13C division is tough. To face a lot of shots every game, to go against some of the players that he went against was an absolute privilege to watch. We couldn't have done it without you, Jackson Love. Most improved for the Bruins this year. This is a tough one I have every year because I can see improvement in every one of these players throughout the season. It happens every year. This is my 6th team over the past 2 years that I've coached or been a part of. And I think this was the hardest one I had to deal with this year because the growth I've seen in this whole group all year was incredible. But this player individually just has, from the start of the season to the end of the season, has just grown as not only a player but as a human being as well. From the start of the season, I don't know if I heard him spoke 10 words. but in the last tournament, I think I had a full-on conversation with him. Our most improved player for this year is Alistair Adams. I'll be quick, I can tell everybody's getting restless. Peak's performer, you know, this player, I don't think anybody on the team would doubt his work ethic. The way he comes to every practice, every game, even this banquet with a smile on his face, ready to go, having fun no matter where it is. You know, everybody should really take big pride in this player. As your teammate, as a friend, I know I'm proud to coach him. Grace is good. And with that, I just want to thank Adam, Greg, and Chad for sharing bench with me this year. You guys are great, and thank you, Sakamai.
You only goes to get a bling, 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 bling.
So first, a couple quick thank yous before we're out of here. So one, thank you to all of you. I know it's a long night sitting in your room that's getting warmer as we move along. So thank you to all the players and coaches for giving us your attention. Second, we're going to say thank you to Raymar Holmes for all those drinks you had and Domino's for all that pizza you had. Very important. So, this all doesn't just happen. So we have lots of volunteers behind here playing some tunes and flicking the slides. We have some people who are bringing around some pizza and some cake pops and drinks. So, I think that they deserve a massive round of applause for putting this on. So planning for this event starts when you start your hockey season. So we don't just start planning this event 1 week before and hope it all comes together. There's people that have to be phoned, there's things that have to be ordered, there's things that have to be got, there's all kinds of things that has to happen, and that takes the whole run of the year. For the last couple years, Melissa Price has taken on that role. And she has decided, although we're probably going to ask her at least 15 to 20 times again next year to come back and do it, she has told us that this year may be her last year taking care of the banquet. We'll get every one of you to write a letter and ask her to do it again next year. So, we're going to have Melissa come up and say a massive thank you for everything she has done to put this together. Okay. I'm just joking. That's it. Congratulations to everyone. Have a good summer.
I thought this day would never come.
Don't be a stranger, Josie. Who do we get beat Oh no, thank you. Hope I can be part of it next year. Ready?
No. David's coming home with that.
Successful year already. No idea where my son went. I have no idea where my kid went.